ladies and gentlemen. Season 2, Episode 1, More Things on Heaven and Earth or in Heaven and Earth. And it's your boy Icon with a DC TV animated review. We just concluded X-Men and now we're coming to you live from a secret location. Thank you to Warner Brothers who gave the ONG, Sean, Justin, myself, and Nadia, they gave us access to the first 2 episodes of My Adventures of Superman. So we're actually going to get to watch it and review it before it goes live. So this way we can pump out some stuff a little early for you guys. This review will be up as soon as the episode actually premieres. So let's thank them for that. Thank you, Warner Brothers. And let's talk about a little Superman action. So when we last left them, there was a General Zod tease. And Lois and Superman, like they worked out all their relationship drama. Jimmy Olsen's rich, and apparently he's still rich. And now we're back, we're back at the Daily Planet where everybody still has their job. Because they also got promoted to being like full-time reporters. Cat Grant is still there. Apparently it's Valentine's Day and nobody cared except Clark. Clark was the only person who was trying to do things for Lois, and everybody was telling him, they're just like, no, you got to do this and you got to do that. Because we all know that goes well when those things happen. Jimmy's walking around now like he's the cat's meow. It's like he's just sitting there just like making it rain on him. But they did this weird thing because Jimmy was talking about how like he's a boss now, at the Daily Planet, like him and Perry, like they're the 2 OGs, like they make things happen. But Jimmy's doing this thing where like he's buying things for people, like he's spending money on people. When they have to do assignments, he's flying them first class and everything. But they were doing this thing where every time he spent money, they were putting his money up above his head to show the audience how much money he has. And every time he spent his money on something, they kept decreasing the money that was in his bank account. And I'm like, they're not doing that for no reason. So I think he's going to go broke at some point because they're counting his money for a reason. And they also had this one scene where he was talking to Perry, and then Perry had said to him, he was like, listen, aren't you supposed to have a team, for you to do like your Flamebird stuff? And he was like, no, Flamebird is just a party of one and I don't need any help doing Flamebird. And I was like, they spent a lot of time actually talking about that. It wasn't even like it was said in passing. It's almost like they paused everything else that was happening just for him to have that conversation. So I feel like my prediction is at some point he's going to end up getting a team, or at least like an intern, or he's going to get one person. It'll most likely be a female. I think it'll be a female. And whoever this person is who's going to end up working for him with Flamebird, they're either going to become his love interest or they're going to become the villain. So that's the whole thing with Jimmy. Let's say, but he's rich. And now they were investigating something because Perry had said that Lois found out that a meteor had crashed onto Earth and it landed somewhere in the Arctic. And then when they said the Arctic, I was like, well, isn't that where the Fortress of Solitude is supposed to be? So we're not just bringing these things up for no reason. So now Clark, I guess he used like his X-ray vision or like his super sight or whatever. He looked into the television. He saw that it was like remnants of like a Kryptonian ship. So both, so Superman, Jimmy, and Lois, like they flew down to the Arctic so they can go investigate. And again, Jimmy flew in first class, so now his funds are getting a little bit lower. So we're in Antarctica now. And while we're in Antarctica, they find the ship. When they find the ship, Clark meets his daddy. I don't know where his dad came from. I don't know what triggered his dad to show up, but his dad just popped up, and then Clark went to go talk to him. Because as we remember in season 1, his father was speaking in Kryptonian. And I thought it was cool because every time we watch like a Superman TV show or a Superman animated series or even a comic book, Superman's always able to understand his parents even if they speak in Kryptonian. And in this particular show, he can't understand his father because he was raised on Earth, so he doesn't speak Kryptonian, which makes perfect sense because if he was never raised on Krypton, why would he know Kryptonian? So, but now his father told him, he said that the English translation finally worked, so he was like, I can talk to you, my son, and then he was just like, I tried to tell you before, where you came from, but you ran scared and like kept me hidden for like 10 years and everything. He's like, but now, he was like, I'm Jor-El, and then he showed him his mother, and now they kind of changed everything a little bit because what we always know that Krypton exploded because the sun blew up or the planet exploded because they exasperated their resources. But now he tried to make it seem like it was like an invasion or something because he even said to Clark, he said that you're not ready for what's about to come or what destroyed our planet. So they're kind of making it seem like it was a war, some sort of war that destroyed their planet. But then here's where the spoiler part of it happened. He tells him that, he said that Krypton exploded, Krypton's destroyed, and you and your cousin are the last 2 survivors. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was just like, my cousin. He said, yeah, your cousin Kara. My brother Zor-El, sent his daughter to Earth. And they changed it to where both Clark and Kara were both babies when they both got sent to Earth. It wasn't like she was 16, he was a baby, and then by the time she got to Earth, he was a grown-ass man. They were both pretty much the same age, and he said that they both landed there at the same time. And I would have been more excited about it had Warner Brothers DC not spoiled Supergirl like in photographs prior to this moment. I kind of wish they would have saved that one, so this way I would have been generally like, oh my god, but but they took that away from us. But at least we know she's here, and we got that out of the way in episode 1, so I'm cool with that. So now he was just like, yeah, go find your cousin. But then he was just like, oh, there are some intruders that's in this thing, and he was like, oh, that has to be Jimmy and Lois. He was like, wait, you brought 2 people here? So he was like, so who are the other 3? And then that's when we get the Wall. Amanda Waller is back. We're not in Suicide Squad territory yet. Like, she brings one of the generals. She also brings Slade. I forgot that was Slade Wilson because the way they draw, I'm used to Slade looking like old and gritty with the eye patch and with the beard and everything. This guy looks like Vega from Street Fighter. And I forgot that was supposed to be Slade Wilson, but it's like Amanda Waller and Slade Wilson. They're in the same Kryptonian ship because they're trying to harvest weaponry. They're trying to harvest resources, and they're looking for things they can use to take down Superman. So there's a moment where I guess like they find Lois, they find Jimmy, and then they try to attack them. Like, oh, let's take them so we can use them as bait for Superman. Superman hears about it because his dad told him, and then Superman flies into action, and then this whole big battle happens. Unfortunately, there's kryptonite in the ship. And the kryptonite, it was affecting his father, because his father is hooked up to the AI. It was affecting his daddy. It was affecting Clark. And I thought Kara was going to be on the ship, but apparently she wasn't on the ship. And then there was a moment, and then it ended up being like the littlest piece of kryptonite. It wasn't even like this big rock, because Jimmy took the kryptonite, he put it inside like the leather case. And then when he put it in the leather case, Clark got his power back. And then that's when his dad got control of the ship. But then there was a moment where Slade Wilson used his sword to attack them, and he attacked the kryptonite, and he had kryptonite residue all over his sword. So now Amanda Waller's going to use that because now she knows kryptonite hurt Superman. And then after that, his daddy basically made the ship disappear. Everybody was gone. Amanda Waller got sent back to God knows where, and then he took them off to somewhere. He took the ship and he built like a little like ice fortress thingy with stairs and everything, and it kind of looked like the Fortress of Solitude without a house, without like a wall or like a roof or anything. So maybe this is like a precursor to the Fortress of Solitude. And then that's when he told his son, he was like, like, I'm proud of you because you found love. You're a shield, to the people. But he said that unfortunately, he said, because the ship's been damaged, you're about to lose me with the AI. But he was like, take care, son, I love you. And then he disappeared. He was like, by the way, go find your cousin. So then Lois earlier, when she was listening to Amanda Waller talk to Slade, they had made a comment about killing her daddy. So she asked, Clark, she was like, listen, help me save my father. And then Superman was like, okay. He was like, I love you. I'll do anything for you. I'll help you save your daddy. Lois forgot about Valentine's Day completely. The two of them flew into the sky to watch the Northern Lights. And then after that, Jimmy was basically spending his money on some other stuff. And while he was spending his millions on other stuff, we got taken to the other scene where that one particular person, because it ended with a particular figure of a person who looked like he was about to start a war, and he was on his way to Earth, and we all thought it was General Zod. The same person showed up again, so it's probably still Zod. I hope he black. That's how the episode ended. Thank you for tuning in. So that was a cool first episode. Like I said, they didn't skip anything. Like they didn't waste the first episode just talking about the bullshit and doing like a slow build. They hit us with everything right out the gate. They're like, look, you're getting Supergirl. You're getting General Zod. Amanda Waller's on the warpath. So like I said, so I'm cool with how that worked. So, but share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below, and let me know what you think about the first episode of season 2 of Mighty Adventures of Superman. So this is definitely off to the races. What you guys need to do now is check out my other reviews, because I have reviews for all 10 episodes of X-Men 1997 up on my channel. Check out the ONG, YouTube channel. Check out Gotham Geek Girl. Check out Imaginative Visions, because we got a lot of great things coming up for you guys in the pipeline as we review all 10 episodes of My Adventures of Superman. So thanks for tuning in, guys. So until next time, as we review episode 2 from the same secret location undisclosed. Take care, and for the Man of Steel, I'm walking away, and we're out this.